But Facebook does not allow that category anymore. Okay, you would like to ask what's the best way to try and target them in any way. Besides all the tips, okay, all right, you're applying, so you look like audiences and all that. Okay, now, thanks for the question, Inba. I mean, let me give you a few tips over here. Now, when it comes to detailed targeting, you know, now that you mentioned that this has worked really well for you, but a lot of things will be constantly changing. When it comes to detailed targeting, as well as like some people will call it interest targeting and whatnot, this is something that Facebook constantly, you know, add and delete some of them, you know, consistently all the time. So you can only use as much as you can use as long as it's there. So when it's gone, you have to try different techniques. But what we have been trying and using recently is really to go broad, but we go in by maybe location, or we go in by the gender or the age group that works well. Because you see, like when it comes to advertising, I mean, our standard so-called approach when it comes to Facebook and Instagram advertising is this. Okay, first thing first, we would actually create an advertisement that clearly communicate what we sell. So when we are able to clearly communicate what we sell, the advertisement itself would actually act as a medium to eliminate or kind of like, you know, rule out kind of, as long as you're not interested in the product itself, you shouldn't be clicking on it. So that's number one. So when we are able to really illustrate the product or services that we are offering in the ad level, we are able to actually gather the right people to click on the advertisement. And in turn, when we have more data of this, you know, the right people clicking coming in, the algorithm behind would actually help us optimize, okay, our advertisement to reach more people who has similar interests in taking action on the ad itself. At the same time, when we are able to illustrate the ad as clear as possible, I mean, what I'm actually saying here is your ad has to be very straightforward. If you actually offer psychotherapist service, be very clear what kind of psychotherapy service is this related to job. I mean, I'm not sure about your category, I might be wrong, but then again, what I'm trying to say here is go very clear to the point about what you do, because that would also help the algorithm understand your product or services, because when they do, they're able to actually show your ad to people who click on your competitors' ads as well. I mean, you probably have seen this already. I mean, when you click on an ad, immediately other ads comes to you. I mean, similar products, similar niche, same industry and all that. I mean, why is this happening? Is because Facebook really know when they are able to really know what you sell and they categorize this, it's actually helping you to reach the best people possible for your business. That's why instead of beating around the bush on the detailed targeting and lookalike audience, I'm not saying lookalike audience is not good, but when it comes to lookalike, you got to have high quality lookalike. I mean, you have to derive your lookalike from people who sign up, or actually even if you can, your real patients numbers and all that. But if you have a very small number, let's say you only have a few hundred of your, you know, like past patients, when you import into this, you probably will actually kind of match it like, you know, less than 100 or 200. That may not be a very good seed audience to create lookalike. So, which in turn would actually, you know, kind of like, I mean, really jeopardize the whole lookalike performance as well. So I would say, really, when it comes to advertising, instead of paying too much attention on the detailed targeting options itself, we would like to really design a strategy that actually allow the ad to really shine and attract the right people and leverage on the machine learning algorithm that is really working very well right now to help us get the best people. That's what I think. Imba? Okay, I hope I answered questions, but nonetheless, the same thing I would offer. If you need me to actually look at your situation and probably discuss you know, a better approach on advertising for your business, you can actually scan this QR code, buy me a coffee. We can spend half an hour together to look at your situation. I'll be able to give you personalized. I mean, for your case, I'll be able to analyze your campaign to probably give you some idea about whether it's your creative doing, I mean, really doing the work, or is that your audience targeting that is kind of like not getting you the right people. Because when we dissect the numbers, when we analyze the campaign, especially if you have some running, we're able to actually get closer to the answer, because that's where we can actually really use the real data to find better next steps for our campaign and to build better strategy. So yeah, this is the QR code. You can scan and buy me a coffee. We can spend half an hour together.